Welcome back to the kitchen. You are here with Team Mad Rational in the building with your man Twist for Life, MrBroadcast, Author Yves, and today we talking about Soulja Boy. Did he ruin hip hop or was he hip hop savior? So grab your Congressional combo and your 4 score for 444 and go with us on this ride, baby. It's something about this beat that just gives you so much fucking energy, bro.
So
like,
good.
It's so good. It's so good. Shout out to Mike Bass on the beat. Like, it's crazy. The new kitchen intro is just bananas. It's wild. So
I'm about to lay something down today.
Yo,
not right now. But
I'm about to say we about to lay something down to it. We about to lay this conversation down. You know what I'm saying? So look. Okay. So the topic of the night. Before we get to the topic of the night, we got to talk about this White House combo. Okay, I get what everybody's gonna say. Like, I read a bunch of feeds and a bunch of articles where they're like, that's what the players want and all that. That's cool, but can we talk about the silliness of the fact that they walked into the White House and got McDonald's?
Hamburgers, man.
I was like,
McDonald's said, due to an overwhelming amount of sell on hamburgers, they can only serve hamburgers today. That wasn't me. McDonald's said it.
Oh my God.
McDonald's said it. I'm just saying, look at all the sauces though, dog. Look at them sauces though. Them sauces though.
Look,
them sauces though.
They got sauces in a silver tray.
In a silver tray, bro. That's wild. Like,
the irony in this picture.
It's the border wall box.
The fact that all the chefs are at home because they're not getting paid, so you bring it in McDonald's.
Okay, this is not an insensitive joke, but it's funny. So nobody take offense to this, but it's just meant to be funny.
It's comedy. It's comedy.
It's comedy, people. It's comedy. So Trump had to go to McDonald's to find this government employees. The shutdown been so long.
I'm not doing this with you.
Look, hey, you know what? All love. This is a stunt that will go down in history, and you know what? It is what it is. This is the most bananas thing I think I've seen so far in 2019, and I love it. I do. I love it. I love every part of this picture.
I'm loving it.
You know what I'm saying? And so if the players ask for that, if they ask for a fun meal, boom, they got it. Whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at them. It's funny. I ain't mad at them. You know, it's not what you would expect, but you know what? That's what they voted for. You know, shoot, they voted for unexpected craziness, and boom, they got it. I ain't mad. You know, but the thing we didn't vote for and the thing that we got was a young man by the name of Soulja Boy. And like, I think Soulja Boy is saying some outrageous things right now.
Soulja Boy is outrageous.
This is true. Soulja Boy's always been outrageous. He's always been, you know, that not stand out ish. What's the word I'm looking for?
Delusional.
That's a good word. But is he delusional, or is he a genius?
Oh, he is so delusional.
Nah, I think Soulja Boy's a genius.
Really?
I do.
Let's talk about the Soulja Boy Gamecast 2018.
But you know, okay, so what was different about the Soulja Boy Gamecast that wasn't in Crank That?
No.
In the marketing plan for Crank That. Like, for real. Like, what was different?
First of all, he was taking somebody else's product and relabeling it as his own, like directly labeling it as own. I don't mean like biting lyrics. I mean literally like.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about biting lyrics. No,
but I'm just saying there's like people talk about, oh, you stole my style. No, he literally took, let's just say he took your iPhone, and then sold it back to you as the Soulja Boy phone.
He pretty much did the same thing with Crank That.
Yeah, so we were talking about this before, and you had brought that up, and I completely forgot that he actually did that on LimeWire and Napster.
Exactly.
He put his song and re-wrapped it in the titles and artist names of somebody else, so that somebody would download it, torrent, download it onto their phone, and
that's why he had his name. Like, the first thing that's in the song is Soulja Boy Tell 'Em. Boom,
So that was, it was,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying with that. That's he retitled a song, but he literally took somebody else's product.
But it's the same idea. Like Soulja Boy hasn't changed. Like this is the same Soulja Boy we've been getting for the last 10 years.
10 years? We got like 15. When did Crank That come out?
Oh, you're right. It was like 2006, 2007.
Yeah, it was like 6, 7. It was
Yeah,
like
it was something like
07.
that.
It was like
Okay, so-
07.
Yeah. So yeah, we like
Right,
12,
11.
13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? But in the last decade, right? This is the same Soulja Boy we've been getting. You know what I'm saying? And Soulja Boy did something amazing in the world of hip hop that we don't often enough give him credit for. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like Soulja Boy's music is trash, but there's a difference between, or something can be trash and be hot at the same time.
I agree. And I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying with what he did back in the day for the music and retitle and stuff, right? But the reason I'm saying he is delusional, yes, that worked for him in the beginning. I'm going to retitle the song. You're going to go check it out, see what it is. People still do that kind of thing right now. They'll put something up and like, oh, hey, this, and then you go there and you realize that's not what it is, right? But I say delusional because in his mind, at this point in time, yes, that's something he could have got away with back then. We're talking about a physical product that he took and just put a label on it and said, I'm going to mark it up even more than the real version.
Right.
And try to sell it to you. Like
But he never tried to sell it. He never tried to sell anything. Any one of them.
The game stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
He just designed it and put it out there as if he was going to sell it.
No, that was the whole thing. That's why because he gave it prices and everything.
Yeah. I can design a computer and put it on the internet and give it a price.
But that's technically you're trying to sell it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he
Did he believe he was actually going to sell any? No.
yeah.
I don't think so. And we kind of talked about this the other day.
Right.
But I think he ends up as a winner on this because, as we were talking about, if Nintendo then comes across and tries to sue him, his name's out in the news. He's being talked about
Everywhere.
again, which means he can drop an album after all of that happens and actually make some money.
Right.
It's kind of going back to the R. Kelly thing.
Right. We're going to call him He Who Shall Not Be Named.
But to get that far, there has to be some level for Nintendo to think he has an intent to sell it.
No.
Well,
Yeah, because I mean, if I just make something and it's just sitting there, there has to be a reason for me to sue you behind something you did.
But that's not. There has to be a reason for a lawsuit, but a lawsuit hasn't happened yet. Right. So there's just talks of a lawsuit. So that's why I'm like, maybe, because Nintendo hasn't officially come out and said we're filing a lawsuit, right? It's just talks of Nintendo filing a lawsuit, right?
it's rumors at this point.
It's rumors at this point. So that's why I'm like, not really. You know, now we've got like media culture 2019, creating a buzz and it going in Soulja Boy's favor because now Soulja Boy's name is next to Nintendo, right? Who Nintendo is the, in the world of gaming worldwide, like Nintendo is the largest name in gaming, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so like Soulja Boy's next name is next to the largest name in gaming, which gaming is, it's what 100 times larger than the music industry. Mm-hmm. So his name is now being looked at on feeds that quadruple and what he was being looked at, like what I'm saying, like his exposure is ridiculous now. So it doesn't really matter if Nintendo sues him or not. His exposure is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you say what you want. That's genius.
Oh no, I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Like, I agree. Soulja Boy's music is trash, but Soulja Boy is probably the best marketer in hip hop. Period.
Well, dude, I mean, you can go. I still, even not counting these last 8 years. I mean, he made $30 million off a ringtone.
Yeah,
off the one song.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can't knock Soulja Boy's hustle. Like Soulja Boy, was out there creating unique hustle, a unique way to hustle when nobody would listen to his music because his music was trash. But then he put it in everybody's lap, right? And that's just what happens when you put the same music in everybody's lap. There's going to be an audience that says, I want to be different and I like this. And then there's going to be people that are around those people that say, I want to be different, I want to be like this, because they want to be like those people. And then you have this kind of social pressure to like music, right? To accept the trash music, and it becomes like it becomes a, what's the word I'm looking for? Art, like like an iconic an iconic track. You know what I'm saying? You know,
it finds its niche in culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Crank That is an iconic track now because Soulja Boy put other people's names on the track and then just handed it out for free.
And because it was super catchy, and because it had a dance
that
went with it.
True.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't say he's a great marketer by any means, but he's certainly a unique marketer, and it worked for him.
I would put the tag on great. I'd put the tag on great because 10 years later or 12 years later, he's doing the same thing.
Rather, I wouldn't say he's the greatest marketer, but
I don't know.
Certainly.
The reason I put the tab on great is not because he's the most consistent, right? And not because he's done it the best. I say the greatest is because when he did it, and then it opened up a lane for artists that we would have never got to listen to because of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went big, not just with the LimeWire, FrostWire, but he went big with the YouTube fame too when the dance came out. You see what I'm saying? And like, Soulja Boy's streams were crazy, and it made A&Rs pay attention. They had to look up and be like, yo, this dude's creating a buzz. Like, we can't ignore this. It doesn't matter how good the music is. We can't ignore this buzz. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, Soulja Boy made those lanes he made a way for, you know, artists like, you know, some of the ones we love, like, you know, what is it? Kendrick, J. Cole. Those are some of the ones we love that come through that lane, that same pathway. You know what I mean? Not necessarily following in Soulja Boy's footsteps, but they come through the same pathway as far as, you know, being seen outside of, you know, big record labels, and then being grabbed by those record labels after the fact. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, like Kendrick Lamar came out the mixtape, put the mixtape out, and then got grabbed. Mm-hmm. Drake did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like Soulja Boy or not, Soulja Boy, it was one of the founding fathers of that lane. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I don't like any of Soulja Boy's music, and his last album was super trash. Like, Young Draco is terrible. The production's bad. The lyrics are bad. There's no catchy tracks on the album. Soulja Boy, your album is trash. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna knock your hustle. I'm just gonna call your product what it is. You know what I mean? That's you know, really where I'm at with it. You know, and you got a collection of like old heads out there. No offense. You got a collection of you got a collection of old heads out there that'll tell you like, oh, that music was trash, and then they'll bring up like Rapper's Delight, like that shit wasn't trash too. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't, though. I do enjoy that song.
Just because you enjoy it doesn't make it not trash. It can be hot and still be trash.
Since trash is subjective, if I enjoy it and say it's not trash, it's just as accurate as if you say it's trash.
But okay, so when we look at a consistency, right? Liking a track, and like I'll listen to Rapper's Delight right along with you. Hip hop, hip it to the hip. I still get hype, right? Mm-hmm. But when we look at production value, we look at lyrics, we look at
Yo, before we get too deep into this, MrBroadcast, didn't you bring in a track?
I did.
What did you bring us today?
Actually, it is a track that officially dropped maybe about 5 minutes ago. So we got it fresh and hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
So what you mean is you caught it after it bounced.
Boom. Hello. You don't even realize. You don't even know. Hot, look. Burnt hands. What? Hot off the press. Now, with that being said, man, the track we got, somebody we had on here a little while ago before, we had Mr. 504 Detroit. He's back. He's now running with Musical Genius Records through Black and Mild.
DJ Black and Mild.
DJ Black and Mild. You know him well. You know what
he's a friend of the Mad Rational family.
That is. We got to get him on the show. I have to work that one. We'll make that call. Make that call. Make that happen. I got you. We're going to do that tomorrow.
All right.
But this track we have right now.
One call, that's all.
Better call Saul. On the Black and Mild side. What?
Right. And then maybe while you're there, you see Big Frida.
There you go. Hey. Yeah. You know. You already know.
Juan La Fanta.
You know, side note, America. I used to be a backup dancer for Juan La Fanta. Yeah, I'm going to throw it out there. Juan La Fanta. Back in the day. Used to be a rapper. I used to be a backup dancer for him. Anyway, back to what we was trying to do.
Does he do court cases or productions?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Get jiggy right there in the court. Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Man, we done went all to a whole nother damn tangent.
I know.
Like
anyway,
we were saying, we got a hot new fresh track. The guys haven't even heard it yet. Like I said, it's about 5 minutes old. It just got released. Check it out. It just dropped tonight. 504 Detroit, Black and Mild, on the new Musical Genius record label. Go ahead. Let's hit us with the track. Artemis Prime.
I know she looking for something that's bigger and better now. I know she looking for something that's bigger and better now. I know she looking for something that's bigger and better now. I know she looking for something that's bigger and better now. I know better now, better now. I know she looking for something that's bigger and better now. I know better now. I know she looking for something that's bigger and better now. Tired of all your fake lies, your pump fake and your alibis. Shorty want a real rider who gon' ride her over to the other side, where you don't need your purse, babe. You don't need your credit cards. Baby, we first class flights out of here straight to New York, and we don't do no window shopping. If you like it, then pick it up. We don't do no bar
let me get this
tab.
straight. Is this our first cut of the week of 2019?
First cut of the week. Fresh out the box. Hand still burnt. On the Black and Mild side.
Boy. All right. So, bringing it back for 2019. This is the first cut of the week for 2019. So, let me remind y'all what we do on the cut of the week, right?
Please do. Please do for the masses.
Absolutely. So, what we do, we talk about a track. Well, actually, we listen to a track first, right?
Yes.
Then we talk about the track. We discuss all aspects of it. And then we vote on it. Trash or trophy. Word? All right. So, this is a track called I Know by 504 Detroit, who is now signed with Musical Genius Productions. Or Musical Genius Records.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've had 504 here on the show, right? I've been in the Musical Genius Studios, right? Like I said, Black and Mild is part of the Mad Rational family, the full family. You know what I'm saying? This track is dope. It's smooth. It's classic 504, right? And I like it. I like it overall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, you can't take anything away from 504's voice. His vocalism is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Even with the effects on his voice, he's flawless. My man. I love him, right? One of the things that I love to hear inside of a mix up is I love when I'm put inside of a space, right? Because when you talk about like a stereo image, a stereo image it's technically it's 180 degrees, but there's another phantom 180 degrees that are behind you. If you've put it together correctly, you can put sounds in that space as well. But typically speaking, it's 180 degrees. It's a full frontal display of sound, right? Where you can pick out where sounds are coming from, right? Whether it's top, bottom, you know what I mean? Right, left, middle. And one of the things I do when I go to mix a track is I take a track and I break it up into 3 sections, right? I treat it like calculus, right? X, Y, Z, okay? You have your dynamic processing, which is your compressors and EQs, right? Time-based processing, which is like delays and reverbs, right? And other similar effects like doublers and things like that, right? And then you have your gain staging, right? And which gain staging is like panning left, right, volumes low, high, right? And so those are the 3 different sections to putting together a mix, okay? Now, with this track, one of the things I would have done just a tad bit differently, right, is I would have set the mix down a little bit. It's a little bit high, like when you're listening to it in headphones, it's a little bit above your head. I would have set it down more and centered it a little bit more, right? There's a tad bit of phasing that happens on the snare. I would have put that back in phase, maybe added some parallel compression there to make the snare pop, but then added a little bit more reverb so the snare sounds like it's in the same place that the rest of the drum kit is as well, right? And so that's one of the things that it's kind of like breaking the fourth wall in sound when something is it sounds like it's in a different room, you know what I mean, than everything else. Sometimes it creates a crazy effect, right? And, you know, in this track, it kind of does. It puts you in a space where you're listening, right? But then you're regrounded by the snare hit, right? Even though you're like floating in the clouds and then you're regrounded, you're reminded you're human. I kind of like that, right? I would have just mixed it a tad bit differently, right? Putting that snare back in that room, lowering that mix down with the time-based processing, and I think this track has one of those just all in all like classic feels. I definitely can hear it in the club. The repetition is great because it allows you to dance to it. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, dope track. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
You know what I mean? A couple things that I would maybe improve upon, add to, you know what I mean? But, you know, maybe not. Maybe that's exactly what they were going for. I love it, though.
I only understood about 3% of what you said, but I gave my greatest face with that, and I added a couple of, to them. So, you know, America, I'm officially an engineer now. I mean, for what you said, you know, from your perspective, you know, that's something. Sometimes, you know, it's hard to tell if that's what they were going for or not. But sure. I definitely see when you broke it down and explained it, it makes sense to me. If I understand the ground, I understand the coming up, I understand, you know, being brought back to the level. Because when I listen to it, you know, as I compare the lyrics to the beat and how he rides the rhythm, you know, speaking, it has that flow that you look for in that club setting. You feel that moment of walking through the club, going through the crowd, and talking to that young lady. You know, now, and I pause there because I said young lady for a reason. There's definitely some growth in 504 Detroit's lyrics on this album, and what I mean by growth is not that he grew up. I mean growth in the way this album or this song was built for this album. I feel like you're getting back to that 90s feel, man. That Troop, that Shy, that 112, that Jodeci. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, because it's grittier than Boys to Men. And no disrespect to Boys to Men when I say that, but it's just gritty. It still had you get that that real Jodeci
Yeah, I feel that.
H-Town, 112 feel from that,
For sure.
You can visualize, like you said, you can visualize through his words what he's talking about being in the club, and it's real. But at the same time, we're not overbearingly hitting more hip hop than R&B. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's definitely on that line.
It's grown up a little.
Yeah,
It's like you said.
It's grown. It's my prerogative, kind of.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I see exactly what you're
It's
saying.
like, I'm gonna be real with you, but I don't have to act hood to be real with you.
Right.
I'm just letting you know I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
And here's the deal:
Right.
you know what you want. I know what I know what you want, and I know what you want.
Right.
So let's stop playing and let's stop play the games and just make it happen.
Right. Here I am.
Yeah, and and that's what I get from the words, and for me, touching a little bit on the audio technical side of it, the beat completely complements his subject matter as well as the way he outlays his subject matter. There is no need to think about how did this track get picked to go with these words. They're married together, and that's what I get from this. And so, I mean, for me, yeah, man, it's hot. Yeah, it's hot.
Dope. I like it. And just to add in one little thing, I do appreciate that as a culture we're getting back to long form songs. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because these 2.5 minute songs, they don't leave enough time for vibe. You know what I'm saying? However, going back to I think that conversation when you talk about marketing and music, if you create a 2.5 minute song and you don't give somebody enough time to vibe on it, they're gonna listen to it 100 times.
Right.
So you end up paying yourself by robbing the customer.
To me, the greatest, or at least in the top 3, I have to stop and think about them. So I won't say the full greatest shit.
Okay.
But one of the top 3 to do that, Method Man, Redman, Rottweiler. You can tell me just as you got into it, it was like, that's it? I gotta play it again? wait, what? Like, but that was just like the second verse. They didn't even know third verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, for me though, I am totally long for like, look, I don't know. We might just have to go in the studio. It might even make sense to nobody else. But we need to make a long form. I'm talking old Earth, Wind and Fire, Tina Marie.
Oh, Michael Jackson 5-minute song.
Right. No. I'm talking Tina Marie, Iron in the Fire, 7 minutes, 39 seconds.
Oh my God. Justin Timberlake 2020 experience.
Yeah, exactly. Like, every time. Not one minimum, not one under 5 minutes and 11 seconds.
Oh my God. Yo, all right, what'd you hear, bro? What'd you see?
So I got 3 things to say.
All right.
First of all, this album art is fire.
It's real American, red, white, and blue.
It's real American. Yeah. Secondly, I was never a big fan of Chopped and Screwed. And while this is not Chopped and Screwed, it kind of has that feeling of it.
It does lend itself to it. You're right.
Yeah.
And I kind of enjoy it in this track.
Okay.
Yeah. And
is it the trap feel with the snare that's doing it?
Or is it making it?
Okay.
It's making it. It's the R&B. It's just singing on top. I think that's
okay.
what
Okay.
It feels like a rap track with that.
Girls going down, not
Right.
today.
But for
but with
this
the
track,
backing vocal
for
on top.
for the melodic nature of the song, and then having that in the background, it works. It works. And finally, I don't know, I just find it's crazy to like sit down in a room with Mr. 504 Detroit and hear him talk and having a conversation with him, and then hearing a track that he's done vocals on is mind blowing. It's 2 completely different people.
Yeah. It's like Alicia Keys at the award show, and then Alicia Keys on the piano. It's 2 different Alicia Keys.
No.
She's cleaned it up a little bit, but she was real hood in the beginning.
Right. No, I just thought about it. You know what this is? Stay with me on this if you listen to it. Yeah, I'm going old head on your bitches for a second. This is Keith Sweat Hotel and Keith Sweat singing Nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
On Keith Sweat Hotel, it's like, hey, baby. How you doing? Yeah, this is Keith Sweat.
Right.
Quiet Storm.
And then he'd be like, nobody.
Where did that come from?
Right. What are we talking about?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Hey, but you say what you want. Nobody's better than Jacquees.
Oh.
I can't even say that with a straight face. If Jacquees don't sit his ass down somewhere. Jacquees ain't had an original song yet.
We need to get Jacquees on the show.
Jacquees, come on the show.
Come on the show, Jacquees.
Come on the show, Jacquees. You'll get roasted.
But come on the show.
We're not gonna roast your hustle though. You make more money than all of us combined. Right. So I can't really say nothing about that. So if you want to hold that in front of us, cool, you win. However, we don't really care about that. You still get roasted.
Player.
It's what it is. Anyway, so yet again, we rise. Another cut of the week. We rise. I'm not trying to do this Maya Angelou thing. Anyway.
I didn't know where you were going, but I didn't want to stop it. I didn't want to.
I don't know. But like we always do on the cut of the week, we listen to a track, talk about it, discuss all aspects on it. Now it comes the time where we vote on it. Trash or trophy. So, MrBroadcast, where we at on the track?
Man, straight trophy, dog. Ain't no questions, ain't no pauses. It's a trophy.
Cool, I'm with it. All right, what's up with it?
While I like the track, I enjoy the track.
Toss-up.
It's not going to go on my playlist. It's just not the type of thing I'm going to vibe out to.
Okay.
So
yeah,
that's honest.
Yeah,
it's honest. That's what we look for. That's what we look for on the kitchen.
Everything's not for everybody.
For honesty.
We would be a uniformed world.
That's right.
Everything is awesome.
That's right. So based on all the things I discussed about the track and all the things that's in the track, I like the track. I would vibe out to this track. I would listen to this track with female company for sure. Absolutely. So for me, it's a trophy because it hits all the points I think it meant to hit. Right. And so that's a trophy. The energy's there. The vibe is good. I feel like if I walked in a club and I heard this playing, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely moonwalking to the middle of the dance floor. Right. So whatever. It's a trophy. So 2 trophies, 1 trash. That means it's a trophy in the kitchen for 504 Detroit. I know. Boom.
There it is. 2019.
So look, if you like this episode, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, right? And then make sure you hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button. So when we drop the video, you get the notification. And coming back, 2019, the cut of the week is M.A.D Live. So what that means is we need y'all to get behind that submit@madrational.com for any tracks that you may have wanted to hear on the cut of the week. We're taking all submissions. Nothing will be ignored. Yo, we love y'all. We out.